Yo, man, I shouldn't even be up this early, but I went to sleep early, so now I'm up. Uh, okay, remember how I told you guys about, the Illuminati and the Masons and the spell casting and the devil worship and the child molestation and the trafficking and the motherfucking controlling your brains through fucking... Oh, man. Okay, how many of you guys out there believe me? Okay, and how many of you out there didn't? All right, well, you guys that don't be believing me, how do you explain certain things? Like, how do you explain how you nut ride information from people that are on script? I know you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Dog, I'm talking about Bill Maher, dog. He's a fucking actor. Motherfucker's like, yeah, right. Bill Maher's been smart for years. He had Politically Correct, and now he has his own show. Well, you want to know what's so funny? Before that, he already had a script. He's already in a movie. Now, remember, the Michael Jackson dentist, same shit. Or sorry, the Mel Brooks dentist. Remember? This guy was just a dentist, and then all of a sudden he's a fucking film director. But he gets the film after he just so happens to do surgery on Mel Brooks, a famous director. Okay. So, when did Bill Maher get labeled smart? Once he got the, okay from his liberal Democratic buddies. Because he's always been a liberal. He's always been that way. And what... Let's hear a blast from the past. Tell us about these people. We're good off that music now. I just had to start it off like that. Let's listen to something.
There are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox. And a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to. But the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling and you take him for a friend. There are many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox. And a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to. But the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling and you take him for a friend.
So the Democrats are the wolf because they're blatantly racist. They're the ones who make commercials or promote elections to blacks by eating fried chicken with them at their table, or saying some shit like they keep a bottle of hot sauce in their purse. I could literally show you that whole skit, and actually I should, but it's going to be hard to work because you know how this bogus ass shit loves to, if I share something, it's gonna act like a bitch. But
what's in
let's try this. Let's do it this way. That way it doesn't fuck up the tape. Even though I should fuck up the tape anyway, but fuck it. Nah.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Bullshit.
No, that's a patty.
A bullshit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you getting information right now?
Nobody told me the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Nobody told me that the road would be easy. I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce in my bag, Swag?
I'm smiling, but it ain't funny. Here's your food, Mr. President. It's a pleasure serving you.
This is a very unique day, very special day. We about to eat dinner with Joe Biden. That's fire, like the president's coming.
Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. Eat your face.
Couldn't really believe that the president was coming to our house.
Well, we really appreciate you coming to.
Come on, man. This is a pain in the neck for you. Oh, man, you got chicken fingers. You got the whole deal. Well, I want the room of making sure I had it. If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black. I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. You must unlearn what you have learned.
Exactly.
Now, listen, I just want you to know people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
Yeah.
Now that's from a page called
What's something?
the Unknown Soldier Radio. You should check him out. He's pretty cool. But that's the fox. See, the fox is, that's the wolf. See, the wolf is right in your face. You have been a slave for so long that you literally can't see the wolf. That's the wolf. Now, here's the fox. Like I said, we've been rocking with Bill Maher for years. Everybody has. Now, the problem comes in when you have a movie called House 2. It's a horror comedy that came out in 1987. Now, the issue with this is you can literally, and excuse my phone, this is a work phone, so it's going to look like shit because that's just what it is. See, this is in 87. This is before anybody knew who Bill Maher was. But Bill Maher was already in a movie. He's already an actor. So he plays in a movie called House 2. A horror movie, mind you. Horror movie, might I add. And I want you guys to look for it. I want you guys to look for it. I want you guys to find this movie. And I want you to type in his name. And then when you notice that he's already an actor, he's already on script. And now you know why when those people were in his audience telling him about Building 7 when it came to 9/11, why he shunned them on. See, the first video on this page is about 9/11 and about how there was 2 albums that warned about 9/11. Jay-Z's Blueprint and a rock and roll album called Dream Water or something like that. They both had the burning Twin Towers on their shit. Or no. They both dropped on 9/11. Jay-Z's is called The Blueprint. The Blueprint. He's literally sitting in an office smoking a cigar with a bunch of shoes on the side, of suits. Participants in what's going on. These are the suits. That's who he's kicking it with. Jay-Z had already crossed over. He had been transitioned on that album. like a long time ago. That's when Dame's damn near out the door. Dame's already damn near out the door. They're already kind of like shoving him away. The Water album literally has the Twin Towers on fire on the cover. It drops that day. The day of 9/11, that's when that album dropped. So you had somebody in his crowd telling him, "Dog, Bill, what's wrong with you, bro? They set it up, bro." You know what I'm saying? He's like, "Get this maniac out of here. They believe in conspiracy theories." And okay, why would he be like that? Why was he like that? Why was y'all running with him so tough? And then when it came to when you really needed him, he faded back. Same thing with what? The whole Trump thing, the riots, if you notice, he kept going towards the idiots. He kept speaking for the lunacy, and we're like, what's wrong with him? Like, what happened to you, bro? Like, we used to think you were different. No, you didn't know anything. That's why we felt that way about him, because we thought we were smart back then with a limited amount of information. Most of us had no masonry at all. You know, I keep telling people, the more you're on this page, the more you're developing it without even being in a lodge. We don't have to. We don't have to join these people. We don't have to join these people to have sight. You know what I'm saying? They want to say that. They want to be like, you know, the only way you're going to get some wisdom is going through us. And it's like, that's not true at all. This stuff is here. It's always been here. It's about mind development. Okay. Well, the more you deal with something over and over and over and over, the more you're going to get better at understanding it and channeling what you're supposed to get from it. I know everybody out here is, trying to do away with science, period, and they want to go back to the basics. All I can tell you guys is, in order to get back to the basics, you're still going to have to use the masonry. You're still going to have to use the masonry, because that's the build. Speculative, operative. Okay. The speculation is not really a bad mason. That's just the network of your brain. Okay, the operative is what you're physically doing. Okay, don't you guys always thought process before you move? So the operative mason was the speculative mason before he put the hammer to the nail. That's all of us. So why is it wise and prevalent? It's imperative that you learn some masonry, because this is how they're doing it. This is how they beat us. It's when we don't know anything. Bill Maher, it could not be on our side ever, because he was always on the stage. He was always an actor. He's always been one. That's how he gets in the game. We thought it was because of politics, and he's just so smart, and white people say, no. He's a small hat from Hollywood. Now he's just some old, better yet, he's always been, let's call it what it is. He's just some pothead weirdo. You ain't never even seen him. They be like, oh, well, he dated this one black girl. I don't see him with no bitches no more. Why the fuck you, Bill Maher, you got all these, like, even Hugh Hef, way into his old age, motherfucker, he was always around the women. You'll never see Bill Maher out there with some baddie like that. He ain't never, not really. Not anymore. Like, everybody has to put on a stage presence, like they have to act, bro. Yeah, you see him with a couple girls, and it's like, oh, yeah, he's the man. Like, come on, bro. It's just like Kanye West. I don't even give a fuck if he has kids. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean you were the fruit pop before you had the kids. You was still fruity as hell. You still weird in the motherfucking nigga. You still weird now. So I'm not blaming this shit on because he makes music. That has nothing to do with it. Nah. You seem on one, bro. You seem like they put you guys here. All right, well, Bill Maher was never smart at all. Bill Maher is a puppet. Has to be. You have an acting career. Why didn't none of us know about this? Why did none of us know that Bill Maher's way in the game was through a horror movie called House 2? Why did we all think politically incorrect and he's just some, like I said, he's just some wise guy? Why did he dump off Building 7? Why is Bill Maher took so long to realize that the left was whack jobs? Like, why did it take so long? Maybe because he was losing his core fans. Maybe he was getting some fan mail, and they were like, "Yo, bro, you're seeming real corporate, bro. You're seeming like you've been bought." No, I think he was always bought. I think he's one of those people that tries to lure blacks in to remain slaves. That's why he got at Killer Mike the way that he did. He's like, why can't you just say, you're voting for Biden over Trump? Why can't you just say that? Oh, Trump, no, dog. I told you, it's masonry. This is all a script. I'm not trusting nobody, but the better man for the job, why would they want you to reject? And why would they put all this collusion and stories around this person to make them seem bad? Nobody's perfect. The guy who talked the nicest to you guys did y'all the worst. Barack Obama lullabied all America to sleep and racked y'all up like $16 trillion of debt. Put all your jobs overseas, dropped the most bombs, and deported the most people. Okay, that's still the Joe Biden team. Then always remember this. They never wanted Trump to win. So Trump can't be a Russian agent because they never wanted Trump to win. It's supposed to be Hillary Clinton. It's supposed to be Hillary Clinton. She lost. They only had one thing left, and that was the relic. They know these young Democrats you're not going to fall for. Most of the felons are not felons, but most of the crime and swindlers that is going on all through the fucking Senate, they're all Democrats. There's some Republicans, but they're mainly Democrats doing it. It's not about politics. It's not about politics. Blacks cannot create their own party because they're not unified. Blacks cannot be independent because they don't own anything. Blacks can only be Republican because they need to learn how to make money. Tax the rich. The Republicans are rich. They got all the money. 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 Why would we be hanging with these broke Democrats? And they'd be like, oh, well, the policies of the Republicans don't benefit black people. What black people are we talking about? You talking about niggers in the ghetto? We don't give a fuck about the hillbilly. That's the black hillbilly. We don't care. What about the middle class blacks? What about the not politic ones? Nah, the blue collar ones that got it out the mud. What about them? It wouldn't help them to have lower taxes. It wouldn't help them to have more business opportunities. For real? That's not going to help these black people. It's only going to help black people if we help the uneducated ones that don't want to put in the work to achieve middle status. Something doesn't add up with that. Something doesn't add up with that. It's usually little bro gets help from big bro, not the other way around. It's usually the teacher teaches the student, not the other way around. Usually, predominantly. So why would we only win if our low educated, the ones who want to continuously make up words, make up lies, not really deal with history, take the public school programming, not get anything? How could we win with them rising up? It's not them. It's the dedicated, hardworking black people that talk like they got some sense. They don't talk like they're white. No, they talk like they're right. Like they have the education. They actually listen in class. They know what they're talking about. Okay. We get those confused with these college boule whack jobs. Anybody who had, not just people like us, but it's like anybody who has enough common sense to know that it's from basics that you go advanced. You know what I'm saying? It's from a novice that you become the expert. You have to start somewhere. So why would we start at civil rights? Why wouldn't we start at Reconstruction? Okay. Why would we start at the church down the street? Why wouldn't we start with the indoctrination of people, forcing people to read this, beating it into them? You have to go to the beginning of things. Okay. In the beginning, masonry is about building, right? But in order to physically build, you must first mentally build. That's why we have trade schools. That's why we teach you, certifications, craftsmanships. You learn to be a plumber through the manual. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be taught to man your L, to be able to take lead in godship. That's why it's manual. All this stuff is spells. This is not no spooky stuff at all. It speaks for itself. You have to be trained and taught to be better. Right? Why would they put this whack job around us? This Bill Maher character. Why did they ever put him around us? And why did black people think that he, was like a benefit to us? Why were we from that? Because this motherfucker is an actor. Bill Maher has mainly just had rappers on his show. I don't even think he's ever had Thomas Sowell on his show. He's not cool with Candace Owens to that degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he had her on his little show where he smokes weed and shit, but it's like, see, that's another thing. Okay, he's smoking bud, but and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with weed. I'm saying, if you notice, blacks got, this is why I don't fuck with white people when it comes to certain information. I don't listen to them, because it's like, they tell you cigarettes is bad. They're still saying this, but then they create the vapes. The vapes is not made by Marlboro. Marlboro vapes, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as Newport vapes. So they're going against the Philip Morrises and shit. They're going against these cigarette companies. They're fucking with them. But the vape is worse. Okay, they make a big thing out of weed and try to make a mockery of it with TV shows. Oh, yo, potheads. Okay, but then they make a dispensary. Can't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? You can't follow their narrative a lot of times, because you might be running into a trap. But I'm saying that to say this: it ain't because of the layman's in the street. I keep telling people that. Anytime I'm talking about white people, I'm specifically talking about either the old ones, you know what I'm saying, the ones of the past that wrote all this shit, or the elites. Those are the ones I'm talking about. I'm talking about them. Look it up. I gave you the information you need. Look it up. Bill Maher was an actor. This is the same thing we learned about Fidel Castro. He was in a movie before he ended up taking over a whole country. The president of Ukraine, he was like an actor or something like that before he ends up getting this role. And then I don't know, that's weird. Like, that's just weird to me. That's like, Bill Maher was an actor. Why didn't nobody know that? And then why they dump him? How does a guy go from a B-rate horror movie? B-rate. This is B. This is not even like Freddy Krueger. This is some shit that didn't really go anywhere. he ends up being this person that they give this show on ABC, and then he goes to HBO, and then he's known as some like genius liberal, but he's a comedian at the same time. He's real funny, and it's like, and then the more we watch Bill, is like he's a flip flopper. He's kind of a weasel, like a fox. Okay, well that's how I'm gonna end this video. It's like when you take back and you look at the liberal, the white liberal, the liberal period. You just gotta think about what Malcolm X was saying. It makes a lot of sense.
Many whites who are trying to solve the problem, but you never see them going under the label of liberals. That white person that you see calling himself a liberal is the most dangerous thing in the entire Western Hemisphere. He's the most deceitful. He's like a fox. And a fox is always more dangerous in the forest than the wolf. You can see the wolf coming. You know what he's up to. But the fox will fool you. He comes at you with his mouth shaped in such a way that even though you see his teeth, you think he's smiling. You take him for a friend.
I got way more videos coming. I just wanted to give everybody an eye opener. Bill Maher was an actor. I mean, yo, what you want from me, man? You know what I'm saying? What you want from me, man? Before Tupacalypse Now even drops, Tupac's already in a movie called nothing. I forgot. It's with Dan Aykroyd and Demi Moore, Chevy Chase. They all in. Pac already in movies. Motherfuckers talking about Pac first role. They keep saying Juice, and it's like, no, that's not Pac's first role. Pac's already in a movie. He's already in nothing but something. Nothing but, I forgot what the hell the name of the movie is. I actually have that movie somewhere. It's somewhere in my movies. I could try to find it right now, but it was like, nah, I ain't doing all that. But anyway, he's already in the movie. It's just weird how this thing adds up when you're looking for what you're supposed to be looking for. Because there's no way in hell that you can just think that you're just gonna have the Indian information and then that's the end of it. All of y'all are doing the same thing when it comes to religion, politics, economics, you know what I'm saying, gathering up the people. Y'all all doing the same thing. Y'all keep dunking off the masonry. You have no choice. That is the reason that the spellcasting has came out. You know what I'm saying? You have to put it all together. For some reason, wow, you have all this, American truth finally hitting the surface. You have all this Masonic truth coming out too, but y'all done been spellcasted with, God and the devil on that. So that brings in the Bible, and then that brings in the Satanists, and then they can keep fucking with your head on it. But when it comes to spellcasting, that's kind of a different angle. And then it's going to go into your Jewish mysticism and Kabbalism, and then you're going to have people with their gematria, and it's like that's such a limited science. Gematria is only limited to Hollywood and the actors, the agents in the Matrix. That's the only thing, because who else are you going to use it with? Who else are you going to add their name up numerically? Who else are you going to do that with? The mailman? You gonna tell me he was fucking numeramic, numbers schemed to deliver mail? That's what you're gonna do? It's like it only works with what we're exposing. But why would I be limited to that? Why would I stop there? Why would I stop with, oh yeah, I can code their name and see that they're working for a situation? Why wouldn't I want to know the situation and what they do and why they do what they do? That's where I'm at. That's the whole point of the Indian thing. That's why they hid it. It's supposed to be this new world. We got these things we created called Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? We got these things we created called Native Americans. We have these things we created called African Americans. They keep trying to tie these two people to two different continents. Like, why would they do that? You got Moorish people out here talking about they put feathers on on Africans. They put the feathers on these Africans' heads, and that's what we're looking at when we see the old America pictures with the tobacco smokers, the oil paintings, and all this different stuff. This is what we're supposed to be looking at. Only problem with that is I literally have cigar store Indians that have the feathers. That hair is dripping. It's like wavy hairs. It's waved down. So how does that make any sense? And then also, why are the Indians that are in these oil paintings, they have curly hair? They don't have froze. A lot of times they draw their faces like the European angels in the East. Like real shit. When you look at a lot of those Indian faces, they're dark and their hair clearly indicates that they're not Europeans, but they'll make the faces as the Europeans. You have to think about that when you look at these old paintings. It's like, who's the artist? Who's drawing this? Then some of them do drawings that they clearly have Negro features. Who's drawing those? Is it necessarily European, or are they stealing artwork that was already over here? This is credible simply because Bill Maher is an actor. People are like, how does that make that credible? Because why would they put his sly liberal fox ass out there to us, making us feel a certain way about ignorance? Bill Maher is a big rap fan and he loves rap. And just like the other Jew, Rappaport. He's all hippity hoppity. This shit is destroying them. But they're so down and they're so real. They know us so well. Then why are the educated versions of us saying that this shit is a trap, it's a spell? We learn off vibrations. We're rhythmic people. Why would we indulge in dance to death? Even if y'all want to talk about the Day of the Dead, shit is just a parade, motherfucker. Ain't nobody doing this shit 24/7. So what happens when you just saturate yourself with death 24/7? Usually turns out, right? Keep your eyes open. And remember this, if you plan to beat this game, you have to realize you're in one. Regardless of what people are talking about, you got to realize that this shit is real. And they put these performers in front of you. They keep doing it. Like, they're going to continue to do it. What's next? It's going to be, this is election year. You know what I'm saying? So you already know there's going to be a gang of fucking spells out here. But Fannie Lewis shit, the prosecutor in New York, it's like, it's just looking like a bunch of dirtball shit. You know what I'm saying? California trying to pay my fucking fast food workers $20. Dog, it's just fast food. They don't even make it fast. And the napkins don't be in the bag. And the bathrooms don't be the cleanest. And the service don't be the best. What? Why am I paying something this simple that we let our high school students do it? Why am I going to make that a top commodity job? Like, that doesn't matter. Whatever. And you wonder why they keep us so dumb. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Before I get up out of here, think about it. Because I got a video about that Nature Boy shit too. Okay, they gave him life. Everybody's like, damn, why would they give him life? Like, that's a lot, bro. For one, I don't give a fuck if they gave him life. I don't care. I mean, to me, he's a piece of shit. So it is what it is. This guy has audio of him saying he let his son play with his penis. You know what I'm saying? He's raped multiple women. You know what I'm saying? He's brainwashed these women. That's why I be saying, y'all gotta watch out for that like spooky science, that Pan-African, the card readers and all that stuff. You gotta watch out for this stuff. Always remember, this page has never told y'all bow down and worship anything. This page is telling you basically like the cheat code to understanding what's going on. That's all it is. We're the fly in the ointment. We're the glitch in the matrix. We're the fucking problem. That's what I'm teaching you guys. I'm not teaching y'all to be slaves on this page. That's the last thing I'm teaching you to do. I'm teaching you to see these motherfuckers like, nah. Everything y'all tell us to praise has got us broker, weaker, and just spiritually like divided. What we need to do is realize that it has been Hollywood and the Democrats working together with the help of the religion outlooks, you know what I'm saying? The basic churches, the TV evangelists, all that stuff, because this place is supposed to be racist, but for some reason they let the small hat run everything. Their religion, Christianity, is back behind this Hebrew. They pay Israel. They let them run Hollywood, in the music industry, in the banks. But the old evil white man then Ben said he hates Jews too. So what's going on here? Is it an act? Is it a stage? It has to be, because they're all monotheistic. The Christian and the Muslim and the Jew all believe in the same prophets. But who they get it from? Their Godhead, which is these Jews. So they let them run the godship, the illusions, Hollywood, the music industry, the banking system. Is it making sense? Who helped out the blacks during civil rights? The Jews. Rothschild taking pictures with Martin Luther King. All the businesses shut down. All the Muslims are strong. Yeah, they had their own tailors, their own shops. All the businesses shut down. One's the patsy, one's the sidekick. See, the Muslims were around the blacks. It's not like they had different neighborhoods. So the Muslims were the ones telling the whites what the blacks were doing. That's why the Muslims never got beat up, but the Christians always did. But it's all an act anyway. Martin Luther King is supposed to be fucking black. He's taking pictures in prisons like this. Malcolm X taking pictures like this. Come on, bro. They hit y'all from all angles. But that's whatever. Till the next time. Look, this shit is real. They getting the kids. They getting your brain. They getting your physical. They getting you in all arenas. We're just going down the archives. Like I said, we just turned around. Turn around and just start walking. Everything will pop out. Bill Maher's an actor before he hits the stage, and they let him have this notion that he's just an old wise, guy, but he has a little spunk to him because he tells jokes. But it's like, nah, in truth, he's an actor. He's on script. Always has been and always will be. And that's why he says a lot of dumb shit. The older you get, the more you can hear it. Where you're like, I can't believe it was your nigger mind. That's what he was appeasing to. He's appeasing to your jackass in you. But once you get out of that and you're grown, you know what I'm saying, your grown mind state, you can clearly see the deception in it. But it's the sly fox. Like you said, the teeth are showing, so you think it's smiling at you, even though it's not. It's about to eat you.